Greetings, it is I, Dreadscape Gaming. How are all of you doing today, Dread Knights? On this Friday, we're back to playing Dead by Daylight. Blood Moon event is out, Dread Knights. Blood Moon event is out. So, this is an event where you can get a whole bunch of blood points, get a lot of iridescent shards. They do this every once in a while for Dead by Daylight. It's been a while since they've done the last one. So, we're going to be playing Survivor today. If my model looks a little bit off, it's because I'm sitting a little bit different positioning. As I did mention, I kind of under the weather, and because I'm a little bit under the weather, I am actually in a bit of pain on top of that because of a minor complication with feeling a little bit ill. I'm hopefully going to be able to bounce back in the not too distant future, but Dread's in a little bit of rough shape. Like yesterday I was streaming the game, Super Meat Boy Forever. It was rough. It was rough. Take a sip with the straw. I gotta reach over here. Or maybe I'll wait till we queue into the actual event and then I'll take a sip. So this is Blood Moon event. There's a whole bunch of stuff, cosmetics that you can earn. I don't have, like, some of the survivors that the cosmetics are for now. I think I'm gonna pick... I'm trying to figure out a character that we can replay with. I need a sip from the straw desperately. So thirsty, so thirsty. Trying to not stay hydrated too, because, like, the thing is, when you're dealing with an intense amount of pain, the way that I am right now, it's rough, man. You gotta stay hydrated as much as possible. Thank you everybody that's joined me. I do greatly appreciate it as well. We're gonna have a fun time. We're not really gonna focus too much on whether we win or whether we lose today. You know, we're not gonna stress the results necessarily. We're just gonna have a fun time. We're gonna chill. If I had all the perks that I like to run, I would do Fang today, but I don't think we're going to be able to get them. I don't want to waste too many of the blood points too, because I'm trying to save up for the new Survivor that you can only get with the iridescent shards from the all-kill comeback. That is just introduced a pretty interesting one. Let's see. I'm going to move chat up a little bit because I know, like, from that angle, it'd be very hard for you guys to see. All right. So, let's play as Nancy, because Nancy has most of the perks. All we need, realistically, are some of her toolboxes, and generally we could be pretty good, I would say. Alright, let's get the... I don't want to use the gears just yet. I like to use them a little bit later on. So let's just get, like, the green ones that extend the charges on the toolbox. That would be ideal for what we're trying to accomplish right now. Let's see. Let's see what we got. Okay, we got the Blaze Streamers thing, too. I'll pair that in. So I'm going to be using Kindred, Self-Care, Sprint Burst, off the record. Kindred, because I'm doing solo queues. So in solo queues, I need the information as to what my teammates are doing or what they're not doing, as well as the killer. Self-care, because I can take a hit and run away. Sprint Burst, because it's probably the best, like, speed type of perk in the game. Adrenaline perk, if you want to call it that. We'll also get the 250 bonus for the week, because I haven't logged into Dead by Daylight really for that area in a while. And then the last perk is off the record. Off the record kind of works in conjunction with self-care. So if I get hit and I run away with sprint burst, I'm able to hide. The killer can't hear my grunts for, I think it's up to 40-50 seconds, which is usually enough time to get pretty much healed up. So we're not gonna really go too crazy here with this event. I'm just gonna play for the vibes, as they say. Play for the vibes, and we'll, you know, hope for the best, expect the worst. That's the survivor that I'm talking about, the one that's all the way in the far left corner. He's the South Korean that was introduced from the all-kill comeback chapter. I want to get him. I don't like his regular cosmetics, but I think he has some pretty cool legendary cosmetics. Where he has, like, a nice little three-piece suit that looks cool with the glasses. We also have a Rick Grimes, we have a Leon, and we have Nancy. I'm going to play as Nancy today from Stranger Things chapter, the first one. Overall, pretty good thing, you know. And again, we won't really, like, stress the results too much for these things, Dread Knights. We're just gonna trust the process and let things, you know, take their course. Alright. No error perks. Nobody else brought anything in. So greedy. So greedy. Nobody brought anything else in. It's fine. Oh, we're facing the Dark Lord. We're facing Dracula himself. Oh, this is gonna be rough. This is gonna be very, very rough. Well, you ain't dying, you ain't trying, as the saying goes. How is everybody, you know, outside of, you know, being in a lot of pain, and technically on bed rest. I've been okay. I couldn't really handle, I was really honestly laying down before stream, because I couldn't really do much, besides, like, soak in a tub of Epsom salt. So I've been taking like Epsom salt baths just to kind of like get some of the pain away. Is he already here? I don't see him. Where is he? Why are you alerting me? Is he here? Oh my god, he just popped out of nowhere. I was expecting that. You could have given me a bit of more signal instead of running the opposite way. Is he trying to do a flashlight save? I don't think he's going to be able to cut him off. Nope. Too late on the flashlight save. Oh well, this might be a very fast one, I suppose. He was trying to go for a flashlight save. I do appreciate trying to get the flashlight save for me, but I think it was a little too early. He probably didn't have the angle too, so I don't really get like super stressed out about stuff of that nature. Please, Leon, my hero, my big strapping hero. Thank you, Leon. Thank you. All right. I'm gonna have to try to go somewhere to heal. See if I don't want to jump through any windows because we gotta figure out if this is gonna be one of those killers that zero in on one target. See if I can get some heals here. Because you know what they say, if you don't get no heals, you get no saves. Alright, let's see. Oh, what's going on with that dude over there? Was he just peeking in the corner to see what's going on? He's not gonna heal me? You saw that. He looked at me and then he stopped. Why did he stop? You see? Now he's going over that way. I guess he figured, well, you got self-care. That's not that big of a deal. Figure it out, noob. I feel like Dracula is just... yeah, on me. Did he have nurses calling? I doubt it. Let's see if I can redirect him somewhere else. Hi. Sorry about that, but I need to get him off my case at this point. That's a dead end. That's not good. That's a dead end. That's not good. Oh, Jesus. Hi. Do you want to help? Well, you're running away too. I guess it's everybody for themselves except Leon. And if he picks us up and goes by the pallet, maybe they can do the pallet save. There we go. Thank you. All right, let's get out of here. That's the one thing I was thinking. If I run that way, maybe they'll do the pallet save and we'll be okay there. This Dracula's just gonna constantly come after me. Oh well, there's not much I can do because this loop's not that safe. I feel like the Dracula 2 is lagging a little bit. Because, like, he's swinging very late, like the hit detection, validation, whatever you want to call it. Alright. It's fine. I guess we're going to get pretty much outed of this game pretty quickly. If I get off the hook this time, I'm just going to kind of hide for the rest of it, because I really haven't had much of a time to really play the game. I guess you could say this particular match has just been constantly being zeroed in on, which I guess you could expect that from Dead by Daylight. Like, they tried to do, like, I don't want to quote he's doing tunneling, but that's basically kind of what they're doing. Like, Dead by Daylight tried to introduce, like, anti-tunneling into the game, but it was very ill-received by killers, which I kind of understand because they can play however they want. Like, I don't get super stressed out about it. But I do understand from, like, the survivor's perspective, too, like, constantly being zeroed in on as the target does kind of get annoying because you don't... Like, it turns people off, I suppose. I'm used to it because I've been playing Dead by Daylight for, like... Thank you, Leon. Much appreciated. I've been playing since it came out, so it's like roughly 2017, 2018, around that time period. So I'm used to it. Like, you kind of know you just get those matches where it's just not going to go in your favor and you're going to be the first one out. Case in point, look, that person, Rick Grimes, just like rage quit out at 4 gens, which is kind of annoying too because I hate when people like rage quit. Like, I didn't rage quit. I've had like the worst situation going, but maybe I'll lead him away and then they can make the save. No, he wants to keep the person on the hook. But it's a bot. They probably don't know that he disconnected either. That's fine. I'm gonna try to look for something I could do. Maybe a gen. Because I feel like we need to start really doing gens here. Because right now, like something, I haven't been able to contribute much because I spent 90% of this game on the hook. Let's look around. Okay, there's a pallet. I don't need a pallet. I also should look for some hex totems. Because at the very least, maybe I could cleanse a totem. Oh, there's a gen. I'm gonna see if I could do this generator. Hopefully in peace without Dracula coming to harass me. Not that he's really harassing me, right? Because he's doing what he has to do in terms of the game itself. You know, Shred doesn't get super stressed out about stuff of that nature. He's back. He refuses to let me touch a gen. Why me? Why me? Did a Nancy bully you in a previous game? Yeah, he's all over me. He wants me badly. He wants me so bad. Let's drop the pallet. That'll maybe stop him. Because if he's in wolf form... No, he's still coming for me. Jesus Christ, man. Alright. I guess I'm gonna run you as much as I can. Oh, dead end! Dead end, dead end. Okay, go. Alright. Maybe he knows there's a dead end too. I'm gonna just keep running, because... Worst case scenario, I could run him a couple for gen, but I'm probably... This is my last quick state too, so... Oh, looks like he gave up. You can catch up with me. Let's heal Leon. Oh, Jesus Christ. See how this Dracula, man, he loves me. He loves me so much. He's so obsessed with me. Okay, that's cool. It's fine. And all the time he's chasing me, he's losing gen progress on the R1, so... We're doing our job. We're Operation Human Shield here, Dread Knights. You ain't died, you ain't tried, right? There he is again. Yeah, I know. There's nowhere else for me to hide, so... See if I can hide maybe over here on the edge. Oh, we'll wait. And see. Because Dracula's probably in bat form right now. Okay, another gen pop. See, he spent so much time chasing me to try to get me out of that game that it gave the rest of the team a chance to do gen. So I don't feel so bad about my effort. I just got to be very careful because if I take a hit now, 2 hits and I'm dead. I'm out of this game. Yes, I know. I'm working on the gen with you. I just want to make sure that he's not coming back. I don't want to really be out of this game. Okay, seems like he's zeroing in on the... He tells me to come to do the gen and he leaves. What are you doing? You're going to go save the bot? I'm just going to move from here because if I stay here and Dracula comes this way, maybe I'll go look for a different gen. Because I can't stay too close to the gen. At this point, like, where I am, I'm on 2 hook states. I have to wait to see, like, another gen pop. Case in point. Also, I'm waiting for the Kindred reveal so I can kind of see what's going on. So there's a gen over there. I think Leon's trying to do it. I think I'm going to run towards Leon. And we'll work on that gen, pop that gen together. And that'll give Taekwon Young a chance to do the gens over there. And maybe that'll be enough to get us all out of here. The one of us that are, like, the remaining of us, I should say. Yeah. I'm not running because I'm not trying to create the scratch marks. Because if I create scratch marks... On top of that, I would waste sprint bursts, which I need in case Draken decides to come back this way. Alright. There's 2 people on hooks. Okay. We should probably go back to make the save. I'm not in the best of shape to make the save. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to go for the gen. Remember that gen that was worked on? Very, very far off on the opposite side of the map. I think I'll work on that one to try to pop it so that maybe we could do the doors. But I got to be cautious here again because I'm on 2 hook states. I hate playing a little bit more stealthy, but in this particular situation, we can't just run in it recklessly. Especially since we kind of know how the Dracula plays. He gets everybody at a 2 hook state and zero in on them. So had it not been for the guy the Rick that actually rage quit out, we probably would have had been the first one out. He's in wolf form now. I heard the howls. That's not good. Category Jinro, go away. Not today, Category Jinro. Not today. Let's look around. I think that gen was over towards the north side. I don't want to... Case in point, there's the gen. He got the person by the gen. There's got to be another one around, right? Like, I'm looking desperately, but I don't want to get, like, on the same side of the map with this killer. And it's, like, over if that's the case. There's a gen usually here. That gen is done as well. Oh, he's coming back. See, that's case in point where I don't want to... Is he going to chase me again? Does he know I'm here? No, I don't see the bats. He might be chasing Rick Grimes, it seems. I'm not going to start running just yet. Oh, he's close. He knocked him down very, very close. Oh, you see? If we turned the corner there, that would have been it. Oh, it would have been GG'd. Okay, never mind. New plan. We're going over the opposite way, and looks like Taekwon has the gen, so we're gonna make our way to the doors. And see how this goes. That's Leon on the opposite side. He's got the doors, and we'll just pop and get out of here. Maybe everybody... I'm gonna have to hide in the corner, though, because obviously Dracula's gonna see if people are near this door, which makes sense. This Dracula's really good. They know how to play their game. Pretty good. Okay, wait on it. Hold. Kwon Tae-young, that's his name. He's the new survivor. Hopefully I can get enough iridescent shards. I'm not going to power out the door just yet, because you see the heartbeat, so he's still kind of hanging around. So we don't want to go for it just yet. Alright. He's down somebody. Let's power on the gates, because he's probably not going to come back. If it was, like, a different situation where it's 2 people down, he would probably come back to slug, but he's not. I'm not going to leave them behind either, keep that in mind, because I can take a hit as long as he doesn't have, like, no ed. Hopefully I would want to wait to see at least if Leon gets out, because, you know, Leon has been... Leon, where are you going? Oh, it looks like Dracula's going to face camp there. He's proximity camping. I don't think there's much we can do unless both of us go to make the save. Will we be able to do that? I don't know. It's pretty dicey. I need Leon to come back here. I don't want to leave without them because I feel like that's rough. Alright? I can't go in to make the save by myself because he's just camping. It's got to be a 2-team effort. So I got to wait to see if Leon comes through. Leon? Come here. Yeah, see. See, he knows. See? He's just face camping. It sucks because one person's just going to get out of the game and there's not much we can do about it. Because Dracula's angry. He got his 1 kill from the bot, but he wants that actual real kill. 2K is considered like a win for, in terms of like metrics for killer. Yeah, let's see if we can go back. We could go back, we could save him. Come on. Let's see if we can get him. No? Oh, he's just face camping. Yeah, he's face camping him. There's not much we could do. Yeah, he's not moving. He's just gonna face camp to get the person out of the game, even if we try. Nah, he's dead. Oh boy. We tried. Hi. I took the hit, that's fine. Thank you for the flashlight save. We tried to save our teammate. It just wasn't gonna be in our favor. Oh well. 07 to Quantai. Or Quantai, I guess is how you pronounce that. We barely knew you, brother. Well, our first escape of the day. It wasn't a bad Dracula, but the Dracula definitely was zeroing in on people, so a little bit of tunneling, but you know, that's a strategy that works in the game. I don't complain about how the killers play. I understand that. I've played a lot of killer back in the day, so I understand those nuances. Sometimes they just want to get the 2K. Sometimes they want that 1K. Playing killer is stressful. That's why I don't play killer anymore, really, in Dead by Daylight. It's one of the more stressful roles. Like, I'll do it if I'm playing customs. Alright, we got some points for the actual Blood Moon event. The Blood Moon event, for anybody that doesn't know, you can like redeem like these trinket things for like cosmetics, which are basically sweaters. They're not amazing things. And take a sip of hydration while we queue into this match. How is everybody? How's everybody's week been treating them? You had a good week? Hopefully you have a better week than me, who's like feeling blah and in pain. Oh man. I hope to feel a little bit better by like Monday, because streaming in pain is not fun. What's everybody having for dinner? I've been trying to eat a lot more healthy, so I've been trying to do like more home cooking stuff, but obviously my schedule right now with doing my Dreadscape EN side and the JP side of things, as well as some other stuff that I'm balancing in personal life, I haven't really had a lot of time to cook. So tonight I ordered, because I can't really step outside to get it, because like I'm in an immense amount of pain. I ordered Panera, so I have Panera coming to me, a nice like tomato soup, a nice chicken avocado sandwich. It's a little bit healthier than like if I was going to like McDonald's or something for that nature, you know. All right, so we got our first escape of the day. GG's, GG's. You know, and you know, so I'm trying to eat a little bit healthier. Dreadscape Gaming, JP branch stuff. It's been interesting. Like I talked a little bit about yesterday's stream, but unfortunately I had to private the VOD, not because of that, but because there was like a person that was being a little bit of a anti. You know, I don't know if anybody knows what the word anti means, but somebody that just doesn't like male VTubers. So they were coming to basically like harass stream and troll and stuff, which, you know, that's part of the job too. Like I understand, like as a male VTuber, there's going to be people that like target me just because they hate male VTubers, which is their prerogative. You know, it's whatever to me. I don't really, you know, when it comes to people that are being rude on the internet, I always have the philosophy of the rude. You just hit the hide button. Never deal with them again, because why necessarily entertain that type of negative energy if you get what I'm saying. Toba landing, this is going to be interesting. What was the killer we're going against? The dredge. Let's lock the lockers, because it can teleport to the lockers, so the best strategy here is just to lock things. Lock the lockers and you're pretty much okay. Oh my goodness, he has thrilling tremors, I think it is. I see him. That's not just any dredge. That's a dredge with fancy cosmetics, so we should probably be careful here. Sprint burst. Okay. You might want to teleport there. Let's drop the pallet pre-drop just in case. Okay. He broke chase for me. He doesn't want to go and deal with that. Which I understand. Who really wants to deal with that type of nonsense? But he's coming back, maybe. He's not giving up on me just yet. Okay, fine. Fine. Be that way. Be that way. Be that way. Let's look around. Alright, I think we can kill her, because Dredge is going to mostly teleport around the map. So it should give us enough time. Maybe in theory, he doesn't see us. He's after our survivor. He really doesn't see us. Which, this is kind of a risky hill, but I'm going to go for it. Because we're a true homie. You're welcome. Let's go work on this generator. But I think what we should do is we should lock the lockers. So this is how you do it. You just lock it. So like if he teleports, he has to like struggle a little bit before he breaks in. And it'll give you enough audio cue. So that we know we can be okay here. Oh no. She's screaming. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. That's okay. Fang. Fang, no. Let's just continue to work on this gen. Hopefully we'll be able to get it all the way. Okay, one hook state there. That's fine. Let's continue to work on this gen. Okay, good. Perfect, perfect. Practice makes perfect, right? Almost there. Oh god, get out of here! Oh no! That was a scary. I knew that we had to lock the locker, which I did, but I didn't expect them to pop out like that. Jesus Christ, man. I got jump scared there, literally. Pre-drop here. Just so that will give him ability, which should probably heal her. This is gonna take a while for him to get over here. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, that was a bad button prompt. That was like lag from between the server and everything. That's okay. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. We're good, we're good, we're good. Alright. See if we can work on this gen over here. Got 5 gens. No gens have been worked on just yet. Let's lock this, okay, because we don't want him teleporting. Could use my toolkit here if the art person wants to work on it. Hey, buddy, you Vito, come back here. You want to work on the gen? That would be the most ideal situation here. He's coming. Is he teleporting? No, he's not teleporting. He's dealing with somebody on a loop right now. Does he see me, though? Because that's a major question here. If he sees me, this is kind of be over. Oh, it's darkness. Now we can't see him. It looks like he's in chase with somebody, so I'm going to be brave and continue to work on this gen. Maybe that'll be the optimal strategy here. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Okay, good. Decent amount of progress on this gen. LB. Continue to work on it. Okay, good. Oh, Jesus Christ. I don't know how we flubbed that one. I literally was perfect on that one. Oh, he's in the locker. Yeah, let's drop that. That's the only good counterplay to him. Hi, I don't think you want to be there. Why are you body blocking? Don't body block. I'm not taking the hit for you. No. I don't need to take the hit for you. Man, that guy was... The freaking Bills troll it a little bit. Alright. Let's see if I can go work on a gen. Maybe far off region. Because I feel like we haven't popped any of these gens yet. The dredge is putting some good physical pressure on the map, though. I will admit that. Alright, Fang. LB, okay, good. Alright, nice, nice, nice. Okay, gen popped, good. Okay, okay, okay. Let's continue to work on this gen. LB, okay, nice, nice, nice. Alright, let's continue to work on things. Alright, so far so good. Oh, somebody's screaming, oh, that's not good. Oh, well. Let's see here. I'm gonna continue to work on this one because I think I'm in a safe spot enough. Okay. He's nowhere near us, and we should be able to at least get to a free gen situation. Which ideally is what we need right now. The good thing is I think the dredge is... God damn, man. He always seems to know that I'm working on these gens. I mean, I'll give him props. He's applying very good pressure to the map. Dredge is a good killer. I have mine at, like, P5. I'm trying to see if I can trick him into teleporting into a locker that'll get him stuck. Hi. The dredge is here, just so you know. I don't think there's a safe pallet for me to drop. Sometimes underneath here, there's a pallet. There's not a pallet. I am probably going to take my first hook state now. I don't have anywhere safe to run. Yeah. No. That's unfortunate. Killer's also kind of lagging a bit. Hi. Oh, missed me. That was a 180 there, but because the stupid fruiting tremors are going to take the hit. Yep. I deserve that. I was trying to get cute. I was trying to go for a pallet stun there. That's a cool cosmetic, though, for the dredge. Nice little, like... Reminds me kind of like a Halloween vibe. Anybody here a fan of, like, Sleepy Hollow and that type of stuff? Great skill check, girl. Well, I mean, it gave them time to pop the gen, so... In theory, at least 2 more gens are going to pop in the time that he was chasing me, so... All for the cost, right? Sometimes you gotta take a hook state. Why is V off the gen, though? Okay. Is V off the... Oh, because he teleported that way. Okay, okay, it makes sense, it makes sense. See, I'm just kind of learning basic. Well, I'm not learning. I've played this game forever, but sometimes in solo queue you have to rely on Kindred's information as well as just the icons as to what's going on with the survivors there as well. All right, let's see here. Come back, baby, come back. You can rely on me. There was something. Okay. Thank you. I would love to work on that gen, but I gotta be careful here. Gotta get a heal up. Can't stay injured here. Hi. Would you like to heal me? Aw, thank you, thank you. 2 gens left. I have not been able to work in a gen and piece this game though. That's the one unfortunate thing here. Okay, good. Oh. Uh-oh. 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 Feeling tremors too. We gotta be careful because every time that he's very close, we get let out this terrorized scream. It kind of works when you think about it for the dredge as a perk. It's kind of actually smart on the killer's end. Let's see if maybe we can work on this gem because I feel like we haven't. Here he is again. We didn't have time to really lock the locker. I think I'm finally gonna take my hook state, or second hook state, I should say. Sorry. Get a little bit distracted, obviously, because of chase. I've got to take my second hook state. So the best I could do is run them upstairs, force them away from them. Maybe they do finish the gen in the time that I'm taking it. If I could have made that jump, it would have been perfect. But he had bloodlust. Maybe he has agitator. Oh, notice he didn't go to pick me up. He knows. This dredge is experienced quite a bit. That's okay. I trust my teammates to make the right plays here. How did he auto down him? Does he have Devour Hope, maybe? But wasn't Bill not like double hit? Yeah. I think he might have Devour Hope. Oh boy. There's not too much I could do here because Dredge is going to come back to pick me up. So I'm thinking maybe ideally what the play is, if I could get, yeah, he's quick. Agitator maybe? No, if he has agitators when he picks me up, that would be quicker. Maybe Brutal Strength, potentially? I don't know, hard to definitely determine the perks right away. Oh no. Ah! We got hooked again. Don't get left on the hook, I suppose. It's okay, I trust my team. See? This is what happens when you trust people. Believe, Dread Knights, believe in your teammates. I have to play more cautiously, though, on second hook state, so I'm gonna either wait for my teammate to give the heal, and then I'm gonna try to go work on a gen that's very far away. This is still a very winnable situation for us. Winnable in the sense that majority of us should be able to escape. Worst case scenario, I'll sacrifice myself for the greater good if necessary, so everybody can just kind of peace out of this event. You know, sometimes you gotta be the hero, I suppose. You know, a hero's job is never done, supposedly. I'm kind of concerned about Bill being... Yeah, there's Devour Hope, because he's auto-downing people. Devour Hope, for those of you who don't know, is a perk. It's a Hex Totem perk. So with the Hex Totem perk, basically there's a glowing skeleton thing on the map. And unless you cleanse it, aka break it, anytime that he is near a survivor after a certain amount of hook stakes, he can auto-down people. And then after a certain amount, he could just mori people. So it becomes very, very dangerous of a perk to deal with. So we kind of have to find the perk itself, but I want to stay on this gen so I can hopefully get the door stun. Because if not, then we're probably all screwed here. Because look, I'm on 2 hooks. The person that they unhooked is on 2 hooks. Will, or aka Bill, is on 2 hooks. He's working on a gen. The only one that hasn't taken a second hook is Fang. I'm not quite sure what the Fang has been doing most of the game, outside maybe trying to like loop the killer. I don't think really Fang has taken any hooks, but you know. Again, not getting mad at the teammates. This is just an analysis as to what's going on in the match itself. That teammate ran the killer into the gen. Because I guess they're on their second hit state. Bill, I'm going to give you a heal. And then maybe we'll push that gen over there. That would be the ideal situation here. By the way, I'm not in a Discord with any of these survivors. This is random queue. Solo queue. So I'm just saying this in general to chat. AKA the Dread Knights. Fang is down. Yeah, it's definitely Devour Hope that he has as a perk. Which is smart. It makes sense with the Dredge, because the Dredge can teleport around. So he's able to apply pressure. It looks like V's got that gen almost done. Why did she get off the gen? She went off the gen to get the save. I could go back to work on that gen, but look, the Dredge is right behind her. She teleported behind to purposely lure them into a false sense of security. That's smart. Actually, that's very wise. I'm gonna try to go over this way and work on that gen where they maybe try to make the save. Because if we don't pop one of these gens, it's over for us at this point. And he's gonna get somebody out of the game at this point. because everybody's on their second hook state, which means we're all basically ready for death. I'm not ready to die yet, Dread Knights, are you? No, we gotta survive, we will survive. I'm playing cautiously, though, because since he likes to teleport, I've noticed the strategy he's doing at this point. He likes to teleport to the far region of the map and then just kind of get the drop on you. I'm just kind of gonna play it cool and see if I can get, like, the gen that's over this way instead. Unless somebody else works on it. Oh, somebody's cleansing the totem, it looks like. Okay. They know. It might give me enough time to work on this gen, then. I hear it. Where are you, buddy? Let's pop this gen and get the hell out of here. Why did they leave the gen? Did they hear the killer? Okay. I'll work on it again. I feel like this is what I've been doing 90% of the time. It's just been revolving around this gen. It's okay. This gen will get popped. And if not, a different gen will get popped. And I will make my way to the exit gates and hopefully we'll all survive. Hopefully. Is he back again? No. Okay. I'm gonna wait a second to see. Maybe Dredge is coming this way. Is he after me for the door, or is he after somebody else? Oh, he's after somebody else. Okay, great. That gives me an opportunity to go work on the door over there, and hopefully everybody will be able to get out. No survivor left behind. Just like there's no rabbit ever left behind either, right? That's the moral code of the Dread Knights, I suppose. Alright, let's work on this door. I think we could get it. Should be about, like, roughly 5 to 8 seconds. So let's see. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, more like 7 seconds. I'm not gonna rush out just yet because I want to make sure everybody gets out. Unless he, like, you know, obviously zeroes in on me, I'll have to leave. Alright, Fang decided, nah, screw this, I'm out. I'm not even gonna wait to see if the rest of the team gets out. That's so unfortunate. I want to make sure the rest of the team gets out, if possible. Hi! What's up, Bill? Yes! Good, that was good work, Bill. That was good work. Let's get out of here. Maybe the last teammate gets the hatch. I don't know. Maybe they make their way to the opposite door. At this point, I think we all... Yeah, we all escaped. Everybody escaped there. That was a good one. That was a fun one. The Dredge did really well in that match, too. That was a very good Dredge. Like, I mean, okay, granted he didn't get, like, the 4K there, but he played very, very effectively. Dredge is a very hard killer to use. I would know. I have him at P5. That's not, like, super, super high. It's funny how I got 30,000 points and that's considered bottom tier, but hey, you know what? It's a team effort, right? It's a team effort. You know, we can't always get first place, right? If we got first place, it would be a little bit crazy, right? You know, not always. And there were people who did a little bit more because they took way more chases. I only take the chases if I know that I'm going to be able to loop them enough for the gen to be popped. Alright. Well, so far we got 2 escapes in a row, so we're doing pretty good. Highest amount of escapes I've gotten on stream so far since I've, like, returned to playing Dead by Daylight is what? 5 or 6. I think it was 6, actually. It was a couple weeks ago. It was like 2 or 3 weeks ago. I usually like to play Dead by Daylight on Fridays lately. Alright. What are we doing? I don't need anything from this shrine. Like, the Lara Croft one, Finesse is an okay skill. Weave Attunement is pretty good for Killer, but I don't play a lot of Killer anymore. On top of that, like I said, I'm saving the Iridescent Shards for the new Survivor, the South Korean guy. Because he's pretty cool. Let me show you if I can find him here.
Something's connecting all
I don't have all the Survivors because they're basically just skins. Kind of like how in Fortnite, like, no matter who you play, it's not really going to manage the perk. So this is the new Survivor, Kwon Tae-young. He is from the All Kill Comeback chapter, but there's not an actual DLC, so you have to spend 9,000 Iridescent Shards. I have like 8,275 right now, so I can't get him. I had played him on the PTP. He's an okay Survivor. I like his premium cosmetics a little bit better because he looks like he's going clubbing in South Korea, which is kind of funny. Mama Dread actually used to live in South Korea for a little bit with Papa Dread. I'm not South Korean, keep that in mind. But my mom and my dad, because my dad was stationed in South Korea for a while, and they lived in Korea. I think it was like for 2 or 3 years. I think it was roughly like 2 years. My mom loves South Korea. She's always been wanting to go back again. She hasn't had the opportunity to. I personally haven't gone to South Korea, though I hear there's like a really good gaming scene over there. And you know, Dread loves gamers and gaming stuff, so, you know, maybe in the future, because, you know, I got the JP branch stuff happening, but I'd be open to, like, doing stuff with Korean VTubers. I know they do exist. I just never have really seen too many, like, Korean VTuber streams, if any. But I'd be down for it. I'm down for just about anything at this point. You know? But maybe in the future I'll visit South Korea. Who knows? I would probably need, like, a good tour guide or something, because I don't know Jack Diddley squat. I'd probably get lost in the sauce and everything. Lost in the sauce, who even says that anymore, you know? It's not like someplace like Japan that I'm familiar with. Right. Are we going to be able to get 3 escapes in a row? That's very difficult, because the other thing about it is we're playing in this event. My rank goes up, right? So I was at gold rank originally, and then there was the rank reset, so I got set back down to silver like it usually is. Hi! Alright. This is Midwich. This is actually better for killers. This map is, like, killer-coded. This is a great map for killers, not so much survivors. Not that I care. If I already got 2 escapes, so I really didn't complain about if I can't escape all the time. That's not me in Dead by Daylight. I just like the vibe. Literally, I'm playing for the vibes with this game. Okay, that was weird. Why did it throw me off the gen like that, though? Heartbeat. Who is it? Spirit! Oh, my old main. Oh, geez, she's usually hard to deal with. I should know. She broke chase for me. I'm not worth chasing, apparently. Oh, is she back? Is she back for me? Leave me alone, Rin! Rin is the actual name of the spirit. She actually has her, one of her ancestors is in this game, too. The Oni, which is, if you don't know anything about the spirit's backstory, there's so much lore in Dead by Daylight. The spirit's lore basically is that her dad went crazy and killed her and her mom. And so what she is basically the spirit of herself, you know? She comes back and, like, isn't able to rest in peace, so now she just, like, wants vengeance and everything. It's like one of those poltergeist things. But her ancestor, who's the Oni, is, like, this dude that was possessed by, like, a demon and stuff. So it's like, there's a whole bunch of lore, like, so it's kind of crazy. Sometimes they'll bring, like, another killer that's related to another into the game, which is very random. Like, we have 2 Vecnas, I don't know why. We have Vecna the first from, obviously, the Stranger Things chapter, which is part 2. And then we have Vecna from Dungeons & Dragons. Yes, there's Dungeons & Dragons chapter in Dead by Daylight. I don't have the Dungeons & Dragons one. Because I'll tell you actually a funny story about Dungeons & Dragons, for those of you who don't know. Maybe people are interested, maybe people aren't interested in the story. Everybody, kind of, if you've been a regular viewer of this channel for a while or know me personally, knows that I'm very, very into card games. I used to play TCGs professionally. I just retired, actually, from professional TCGs, as well as professional gaming. I gave up that life so I could pursue some... Oh my god, it's Rin! Okay, hold that for a second while I try to escape. Oh, mama, no. I don't think there's a pallet here because they removed them. Yeah, because that was an annoying loop. I think we're gonna get down here. Oh, no. Please have a pallet. Please have a pallet. Please have a pallet. Okay. Did she go the other way? Oh, she did! Oh, she's a smart one. She knows. She is not a baby killer. She knows. She knows. Anyway, I'm going to be put on the hook. So, a lot of people know that I play TCGs, as well as I play, like, video games professionally, but I did retire from that recently. I actually retired last month from this type of stuff. So, there was this one place in New York City called Neutral Ground. Neutral Ground was, like, the hub for everything when it comes to tabletop games, to card games, to, like, playing PC games and everything. So at Neutral Ground, there was always this divide between the Magic the Gathering players and the Yu-Gi-Oh players. So whenever it came to tabletop stuff like Dungeons & Dragons, Dread was kind of interested in just, like, peeping it out. But it was run by the Magic the Gathering players. So what would happen is, because Magic the Gathering players, for whatever reason, hate Yu-Gi-Oh players. Now, keep in mind, I play all the card games now, but back then I only played Yu-Gi-Oh TCG. So what ended up happening was Magic the Gathering players would exclude Yu-Gi-Oh players from being able to play Dungeons & Dragons. Isn't that crazy? That, you know, a game like Dungeons & Dragons, where a lot of people that play it are people who've been excluded from certain activities and stuff, would exclude people from it. So my only experience with Dungeons & Dragons is meeting a bunch of people that would refuse to let me join any of their campaigns and get into the game, which you would figure you would want more people playing that. But yeah, that was, I got discriminated on because I was a Yu-Gi-Oh player. So from that day forward, I kind of had like a negative perception of Dungeons and Dragons players. Not that I hate Dungeons and Dragons players, but you know, when Dungeons and Dragons kind of gets mentioned even in video games or lore, I just kind of think back about, oh, there's mean people that wouldn't let me play their RPG game that seemed very fun. I would love to play like, I don't know, some pseudo tabletop like art, what are they called, TRPG things. Like the most I ever got to do was Baldur's Gate 3 on this channel. And the thing about Baldur's Gate 3 is I never even finished Baldur's Gate 3 because every time I got like really invested in the story and campaign, I would get stuck on, what is it? The Temple of Shar, which is the quest line so that Shadowheart will still love you and stuff. And like you're forced into that, and I just couldn't. So then I made like a different campaign where I was the Dirge and I was killing everybody and stuff. And then I kind of felt bad about killing literally everybody and doing all these mean things. I had like my morality compass kicked in. I never did. I still kind of at some point want to play Baldur's Gate 3 and finish it, but I kind of figure not too many people would be interested in me doing like a long play series of that. And on top of that, I don't know what the streaming policy is anymore on Baldur's Gate 3, because you know Baldur's Gate 3 has obviously the love scenes and stuff, and even like when you censor it, I remember when I tried to like romance Lae'zel on stream, and then like even with Lae'zel, it's censored, but it's not really censored enough. And, you know, YouTube nowadays is very, 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 like, politically correct. You see a boobie, oh no, you're in trouble. You see a, you know, a tuchus, a butt cheek and stuff, you get in trouble for that. You know, YouTube doesn't even like when I curse. I sang karaoke, right? Last Friday was the karaoke stream. Unfortunately, it's privated now because obviously karaoke streams, I can't keep them up for long because of DMCA, as well as, like, other things. So what ended up happening with that in the karaoke stream, you know, is like, where's my fault changer? I kind of got, you know, so I was singing karaoke last week, and that was pretty cool and stuff, you know, but I've been trying to do more stuff on the channel, too. But, like, I don't know, like, how anybody would feel about, like, me going back and doing Baldur's Gate 3. Oh, but that was the point I was trying to make with the YouTube. I'm sorry, I got, like, scatterbrained there. YouTube doesn't like when I curse, so I sang Creep, by Radiohead. I don't know how too many people are familiar with Creep Radiohead. It's a great song. I was going to try to make the save here. I could not make the save because she is zeroing in on me again. She loves me, man. She loves me. She truly loves me, that spirit. You know what they say, love is pain and pain is love, apparently. I don't know. She went to somebody else now. Oh man, one minute they love you and the next minute they hate you, I suppose. I kid. But yeah. You know, so, when the karaoke with Creep, aka Radiohead song, for those of you who don't know, there's a line where you have to say the F word, and the song says it at least 3 or 4 times. Did you bring the spirit here? Alright, let me drop down. Oh, you were waiting for me! Oh, you know! Gosh darn it. She is so good at her job. The spirit is probably iridescent, right, at least. Oh my goodness, I thought I was gonna fake her out. Oh, she played me like a fiddle. Literally, I can't even get mad at that. This is a really good spirit. So yeah, I let out a couple F-bombs in the songs, and YouTube Sam was like, oh, you cursed? No visibility for you. No visibility for you for that karaoke stream. How dare you? And then I tried to upload like a little snippet of the grand finale. YouTube was like, no. So karaoke streams are very rough. Like, I remember a sort of senpai of mine used to say karaoke is like a dangerous game when you sing it. And it's kind of true. I've started to learn from them what they meant by that. Like, because DMCA hits you very, very hard. Like, even if you sing something off Carafun, or Carafun, I think is how you pronounce it, which is what the majority of the songs I was singing last week were from. Yeah, no, I just got hit. I'm not going to the basement. I'll just get GG'd out of here. Oh, she's face camping there? Why is she face camping? No, she faced. Okay. She's coming back for me. She wants me out of the game for whatever reason. I mean, maybe she don't like Nancy's. Maybe she has it out for people who are named Nancy. I don't even know. But yeah. So, you know, even with the Carafun, yeah, I think I'm dead. I think she's getting me out of the game. There's no safe space here. Yeah, I can't get to that. Yeah. I'm gonna be the sacrificial lamb so everybody else can get out. Because there's no... This is a straight corridor, and Bloodlust is gonna kick in and she's gonna get me. I don't have a pallet I can run to. No. No pallets. Yeah, nothing I could do. I'm dead. She's gonna probably... If she has a Mori, she'll Mori me here. Does she have a Mori? No, she's gonna just hook me. It's over. I'm on my second hook. Can't win them all. Can't win them all. But yeah, with karaoke, I did like Carafun songs. There was the pallet. The pallet was so far away from where I was. Oh well. GG's 07 to Dread. I got 2 escapes before that. I can't get mad. Can't escape every game. I'd be foolish to even think you could do that in Dead by Daylight. Dust their shoulders and on to the next one, as the saying goes. But yeah, even the Carafin app. I'm glad the rest of the team got out, right? At least they got out. Yeah, but even with Carafin Fun, I didn't, like, some of the songs got really, really hit, even though, like, you would figure they weren't going to get hit since they said. So I don't know, I gotta look at the list next time I do Carafin. I don't mind, because it's not like a monetizer or anything, but if it actually affects visibility, even when this says it doesn't, it's kind of a little bit of a nuisance. But the next time I'll sing karaoke, probably the Friday before summer. And if I don't sing it the Friday before summer, I will sing it the Monday right after summer begins. Because that's kind of the plan that I'm thinking on doing. So I definitely want to do more karaoke. Even though I don't think I'm particularly great at singing, unless you give me, like, Frank Sinatra songs, or perhaps maybe I got a little bit of a voice for that. Not, like, a great voice, keep that in mind. I should leave the singing to the professionals. But I still want to do stuff like that, because I think it's kind of fun to do it. Even if my throat hurts after doing that. I'm not playing Killer, I'm going to play more Survivors, just seeing how much more to redeem certain cosmetics from the actual Blood Moon event. You know, so there's that. So karaoke is something I want to do in the future. Maybe if we could figure out how to play Baldur's Gate 3. I would love to do tabletop stuff, but I don't really know anybody that would be willing to do tabletop stuff with me. I know somebody a long time ago said I should talk to an orc about that. But orc and I are very different in terms of content. So I don't know if that would be possible. Because we're very, very different. The problem, too, is, like, and this is something that I've kind of been facing with, like, doing the JP branch stuff, too. A lot of people that know me, too, like, either they've encountered me before or thing, know that, like, there's always kind of this bit of a shadow to me, a cloud, so to speak, in the sense that, well, a lot of people know that I've done stuff, like, very, very professional gaming stuff. So a lot of people kind of view it, like, whenever I, like, interact with other gamers, it kind of bothers me sometimes, too. Will view me as, like, the super, super try-hard, sweaty gamer that can't have, like, regular fun in video games. And sometimes, like, I'll go into other people's chats, or I'll go into something, and you can kind of tell, like, from the beginning, that people are like, oh, no, it's Dread, he's gonna judge how I game and stuff. I'm not like that. I'm actually not like that. Because when I go into other people's streams, or I interact with other people, I don't interact with them, like, to see if they're, like, a really good gamer or stuff. I don't care. Like, I'll be honest with you, the majority of the streams that I watch, that I have fun, like, watching them, are, like, people who are playing video games for, like, a video game for the first time, or they're playing it casually, or they're not, like, super proficient at it, because I get to experience somebody else's experience for the first time playing a game. And that's always what really, truly interests me for streams. That's why I really like when people do their Let's Plays for the first time, and stuff of that nature, or it's like a game I've never seen, or I'm not gonna play it. I love to watch other people play games. Like, I don't watch Resident Evil 9 streams because I plan to play that at some point. I just don't have the time to play it right now. And I have to, like, invest in the story for that, so I don't have time to play that. But that was, like, one of the things that I was originally gonna be doing. Maybe in the future, Resident Evil 9. Gigabash DLC came out. I haven't had time to play it or buy it. That's something I'm gonna be doing in the future as well. I have collabs coming. I know I'm using multiple collabs. Like I said, there's a lot more going on the JP branch side of things that I wish I could really talk about, that have been forming for a long time. So, you know, there's going to be some collabs. Some are, more of them are in the Jap side of it. Or, excuse me, Jap is offensive, Japan side of things. I don't want to say something unintentionally offensive. So, JP side of things. So there's that. There's a lot of meetings I've been having in regards to certain things. I did talk about this a little bit yesterday on stream. I don't want to go into, like, super great detail because I don't want, like, some of my words to get necessarily taken out of context sometimes, like it is. But like I said, like, people brought up the topic of, like, what is exactly my status as a VTuber right now, because a little people are confused. Like, I am, for all intents and purposes, still an indie VTuber. And I say for all intents and purposes, still an indie VTuber. The only difference is, like, in terms of how things are operating at the moment, right? So, like, for the JP side of things, a lot of what's going on is kind of like me operating. I'm an indie, right? But I'm operating more like a corpo, I guess is how you could say it. So a lot of my stuff that's being established on the JP side of things is a little bit more like if I was corpo, like, but I'm not a corpo. I gotta remind people this. I'm not a corpo. I'm not signed to a company. So that's not like anything that's in relation to JP side of things. I'm not signed to a company. I do have like friends that are in smaller corpos that have tried to like, you know, get me to maybe reconsider stances. And like I've said, like the only way I can put it is I'm down to do stuff with people. I just don't want to be signed or attached to anything. So like if people want to have play dates, I guess is the best way to put it. Or people want to do things, people want to work collaboratively on stuff, people want advice on stuff, people want like feedback, opinions and stuff. I'm down to do all that, but I'm not like I don't think I would be open to like giving up what I have in terms of freedom, like as an indie, because the one thing about my status really as a VTuber right now that I like and I don't want to give up is I can go anywhere I please and I don't have like a problem with it. Because the majority of people know me wherever I go, because I spend a lot of time in different communities. So if I want to pop into, I'll just like point out this. If I want to pop into a Fish's stream, I can pop into a Fish's stream and it's not going to cause problems for me. If I want to like pop into an Orc stream, I can pop into an Orc stream and I probably won't have a problem with that. You know, if I want to visit a tapir every once in a while, I can visit a tapir. I don't have that problem. If I want to visit somebody on the opposite side of that, you know, and some people that, you know, I could do that usually and there won't be too many issues outside of maybe like having somebody that might be a unicorn that gets upset, but you know, those are so few and far between. I will say I'm kind of fortunate and I'm grateful at the fact that I can kind of go just about anywhere and nobody really gives me grief or any problems, because again, whenever I visit places and people, I don't promote anything. I'm not promoting. I'm there to kind of watch and just chill and vibe. That's how it is. Like, people who know me, I've done this for free. I don't use ults. Like, so I don't go into people's streams in ults, because I know a lot of other people do it. It's just something I don't like. If you know Dread's there, it's fine. If nobody else is upset by it, then, you know, I'm fine doing it. You know? So, that's why I do things the way I do it. Like I say, I operate a little bit differently than a lot of people. And can I set this before the alien comes? No, I can't. That's what I get for talking about stuff. But yeah, I'm probably going to take a hit stay here because I don't think there's going to be a safe battle unless it breaks chase. Okay, cool. Yeah. So like that's my status right now. I kind of don't want to like give that up because like if I were to join like some of my smaller friends, in terms of like smaller corporate friends somewhere, I would have to give up my freedom to be able to do stuff. I don't want to do that because I like being able to do what I can do now and not have like problems with it. You know, I can go anywhere and do anything, and that's a good part about also the JP branch side of thing, is where I'm starting to establish more stuff where, hey, I can hang with whoever I want, I can do stuff wherever I want. I have people on that side, and again, I can't, like, again, I have friends, and when I specify this, it's not the people you're thinking probably. So, you know, when I say, like, I know a lot of small corpos, both on EN and JP side of things, and I know, you know, various different people too, that I can't really, you know, so it's like, you know, it's different. So I prefer the way, I'm gonna take the 6-8, this is what I get for talking about it. But that's what I was trying to clarify yesterday, but some people might have taken it out of context, which is why I went back to edit that. Like, I don't have any restrictions. And the way that, like, I'm classified right now, on both branch sides, it's like, I can, well, that's a basement. Why are you body blocking me, man? You literally just trolled me. Dude literally blocked the area so I couldn't go through. I hesitated there because I thought he was gonna block. What a troll, that dude. I'm in a troll lobby. Oh well, that's fine. But yeah. So, like, I can do anything really in terms of, like, you know, within reasonable things. So, like, if I wanted to do something with a small corpo, I could if I wanted to. You know, as long as we worked out something that was fine, where, you know, it's not like gonna upset their brand versus my brand. And if I wanted to do something on a larger scale, my end, I could do it. But I, you know, obviously the other side of things, they have to talk to me and get clearance and see, like, where the middle ground is, too. You know, and then there's, like, other things, too. Like, a lot of the collabs, like, whenever I've had, like, collab rules now, because I've been more open to collabs and, like, working with people and, you know, having fun things. Like, I'll be part of a big group collab coming out in the not-too-distant future, which is, like, the first time I've ever joined a big group collab for anything. Like, my rule, really, I have is, like, don't be weird. Like, that's the one thing I don't like for myself, because I consider myself a PG brand. Well, I'll take that hook. Okay, but that's fine. I think my killer has tunnel vision, but that's okay. I'm gonna run him maybe over here in the break chase, because that's a flamethrower. I haven't really been able to do anything besides taking mostly aggro to the killer. Alright, Bird. Why are you body blocking me again? This dude has body blocked me like 3 or 4 times now. I'm molding. Let's drop pallet. Okay. Is it still gonna give chase to me? This alien does not give up on me. I am not Sigourney Weaver! He really wants his second hook state. Okay. He took the hit for me. What a true hero. Thank you, Quan. Thank you, our true hero, even though he body blocked me like 3 times. Alright. Oh, it's got mend on it? Okay. So yeah, you know, I can kind of do just about anything in terms of, like, work and stuff. People have to talk to me about stuff, though. You know? But I'm not, like, willing to leave my indie stuff for anything else. Which is, I think, was the point I was trying to make, and then I, like, misconstrued it. People misconstrued it yesterday when I was talking about it on stream. So in a minute I mentioned corpo, because I didn't specify, like, I know small corpos. People went and made it a big thing of, like, Dread is gonna finally collab with, like, Niji Sanji or something. I was like, where would you even get that from? I don't know anybody that's at Niji Sanji now. First of all. And, you know, like, no, that's not happening. You know? I'm not saying it's not happening because it's, like, I'm not, like, that was a funny one. Like, I was reading, like, somebody sent me an email. It's like, Dread, are you joining Niji Sanji? Because obviously Niji Sanji has, what? I think they're doing, like, looking for new VTubers and stuff. He's playing a tambourine. This dude's just trolling here. Yeah, and so people start taking it out of context. That's why I gotta fix the VOD, so fix that. But I wanted to clarify that, because that's my stance, is I'm an indie VTuber. I can do work with anybody. But the chances of, like, some of the dream things that people are, like, starting to come up with is probably not realistically gonna happen. And again, like, I have, like, my own guidelines that, like, a checklist of stuff, right? So one of the things that I look for when I do collabs, and I'll be honest with people, so this is, like, me pulling back the curtain a little. First thing I look at is how you treat your audience, right? So I look to see how you treat your fans. I look to see how you treat your haters. I look to see how you treat people who are your critics, right? Why is that important to me? Because I want to see, like, how professional a person is going to be about this, right? Like, there's sometimes where everybody knows. Everybody gets, like, that one fan that's going to be maybe a little bit overbearing and stuff, a little bit overzealous. I like to see how a content creator is going to treat that person. Are they going to, you know, be mean to them? Are they going to say something to, like, tone them down? What? I also like to see how people handle their negative criticisms, you know? Can they take constructive criticism? If they have an anti in their chat, how do they do with the anti? Do they directly engage with them, or do they not? Like, how do they react to it? Do they just hide and block like I do? Because that's how I handle it. I see something offensive, I just hide and block, and that's it. I never will talk about it or engage in it because I feel like it adds more energy to it. So that's, like, a factor to it. Then the other thing is, like, I'm PG, right? So, like, if I were going to do stuff collaboratively, let's say, with people, I have to know that, like, you're not going to make a sexual joke, first of all, because I don't like sexual jokes. Just because that's, like, for me as a PG VTuber, if you make a sexual joke, it puts my audience that mostly, even though we're playing Double Dale, it's not super PG, it would make them feel a little bit uncomfortable. So I have to think about, like, my audience and as well as my own comfort level. Because, you know, even though in my household growing up, we made, like, jokes of that nature and stuff, me, as I've gotten a little bit older, I don't want to say I'm a prude necessarily, because I still will make a joke here and there, but, like, as a male, I think it's more important for me to not, like, fall into that type of thing, because, you know, again, it's really rough being a male VTuber. I can't really stress this too much, because, like, if you make those type of jokes, then somebody will think necessarily the worst of you, like a sex pest, I guess is the term that gets thrown around a lot. So that's why I always kind of avoid any type of jokes of that nature, just because I'm a male. So, like, when it comes to collabs, that's something I think about. So it's like, if you're gonna make jokes like that, I can't do work with you, because I don't, you know, it could present problems, which is what I think about. The other thing too is, like, the other factors too is, like, you know, when it comes to me in conversations, I could talk about video game statistics all day. I can explain what's exactly happening here, where I'm taking a little aggro, and they're basically popping gens, and my job is to be Operation Shield, right? But then there's, like, another side of me that people might not have a great dynamic with, or might have a good dynamic with, depending. If you talk to me about music, I will go off on music nonstop. I will talk about my favorite songs. I will tell you the meaning behind all of them. I will talk about the symbolism behind them. I will break down every lyric, every line, every beat, the melody choices, the tempo choices of it, the stylistics of it. If it has a music video, I can go on and on and on and on for days because I have a degree in film and television, which also kind of leans into the music aspect of stuff too, right? So I'll know a lot more about things that people probably don't think I know. And then on top of that, something else I think about, I'm going to try to do the Dorker to maybe get the escape. Oh, never mind, they got it. I felt like all I did was take aggro this game, which is fine. Not every game of Dead by Daylight is going to be pretty. I mean, I did my job, I ran the killer and stuff. So there's that. So like, I do well with people who like to talk about music. I could just go off on a tangent about music. I can go off on a tangent about movies and film and theater. That's something a lot of people don't know about. One of my exes, I will say this is a little bit of dread lore. One of my exes was an off-Broadway actress. So she was in theater. So I know, obviously, a lot of terminology as well as I went to school. I'm going to lure the alien away because I can't make the save here. And this alien's pissed off at this point with me. So that's something a lot of people don't know about me, as I used to date somebody that was off-Broadway. So I've kind of lived that lifestyle, so to speak. I've been there for a lot. So I love to talk about theater. I can talk about even lighting. Obviously, I can talk about stuff that a lot of other people don't. I love about movies, television. I can break down things thematically. Talk about symbolism. Can tell you what every shot means. Why there's this wide camera angle. I did this with movie watch-alongs here on the channel. That's why the movie watch-alongs were so important and stuff. So like, I play with people that are into that type of stuff, right? As well as like people that are into the games that I play. So like, if you're into Dead by Daylight, we could rant about Dead by Daylight. If you're into Monster Hunter, we could rant about Monster Hunter. If you're into anything with Legend of Zelda, I can run my mouth about Legend of Zelda non-stop. Final Fantasy VII, don't even get me started on Final Fantasy VII. I will talk people's ears off on Final Fantasy VII. I will literally, you can't see it, but the Quan Tai, one of them, said something nasty to me in there, but that said like I didn't do my job well. We all escaped, what does it matter, right? So I can play off like stuff like that. And so that when I think about like collaborative and stuff, and like just working with people in general, I guess is the way to put it. Like I have to see if you play off any of those strengths of mine, because you know, when I'm talking here Dread Knights and stuff, sometimes there's obviously nobody chatting sometimes, and I have to keep conversation going and flowing for 2 hours, which I can do. But like when you're talking with other people, right, there has to be a repertoire, right? There has to be a dynamic, a good back and forth, a good synergy and stuff. So I think about stuff like that, you know, because there were names that were thrown out, obviously. One name that was thrown out, I won't mention by name, but the Orc. A lot of people thought Orc and I would probably have a pretty good vibe together. And I don't necessarily know if that would have been true. I mean, we could share a lot of bar stories. I have some really crazy bar stories that people don't know about, that I could tell the story of like how my friend and I, because I used to bar back, people don't know this, bar back is somebody that helps a bartender, so it's kind of like being a bartender without being a bartender, because you do more of the grunt work of the nature, because I did that to help pay for college and stuff. So there was this time, like a client, we had to refuse him serving him alcohol anymore, because he got way too drunk, and you know, legally you can't overserve somebody because you're responsible. So my friend, who was the head bartender, Will, decided that he was going to serve him anymore. And what ended up happening was the person decided he was going to throw fecal matter at my friend. And that was a crazy incident. The time somebody threw fecal matter at my friend at a bar because he refused to serve him. So like, we'd have what, bar stories and stuff, but again, we don't play the same games at all, you know. So that's the thing I think about, like, with collabs. Do we play the same games, or is there gonna be like a new game that you could teach me that I would be interested in playing? You know, like Fortnite is fun, but I'm not playing Fortnite anymore just due to the fact that like there's the VBEC situation, as well as like all the layoffs, which kind of, I don't know. I have a heart when it comes to video games and stuff of that nature, so I hate to see people laid off just because of a company's overspending on certain things. And I feel like that's what is the problem with Fortnite right now, is they're overspending on licenses that they can't afford. And they're retaining licenses that they can't afford. I mean, it's nice to have all those collab skins and stuff, But like, if you as a company are overspending on that to the point where you have to lay off 1,000 people just so we could have like a brain rot skin in Fortnite or Bugs Bunny, I'd much rather, as a human being, you keep the people who made the game. And they fired like people who literally were there from day one of Fortnite, that helped like make Fortnite run the way it's supposed to run. That without them, I don't even know how that game's gonna run. And I know because I've been on the inside of that before. Let me get a sip of hydration here while we wait. Let me queue in first, though. So I think about these things, you know? So, like, for me, it's hard for me to want to play Fortnite right now. I enjoy the game Fortnite. I would love to play Fortnite, but not the way not the way now with the V-Bucks stuff. Because they're charging people more money and they're fired people. So I'm looking at it from my own personal standpoint, and then I look at it, I'm like, well, you just said you're going to pay creators that are shilling the battle pass 3 times the amount. So that 3 times the amount you could have went to keeping people on board with those salaries. So I look at things of that nature, and I'm like, that's when I start to be like, I don't know if I can really do things with this company, you know? And I also heard something, don't quote me on this, because this is just like a rumor. I'm trying to shift my leg position because I'm kind of tired, so please pardon if I'm like shifting all over the place. Because also remember, I'm in pain. If you're just joining me, I have like some chronic pain this week. I'm kind of dealing with it, trucking along. But like, we're like game developers that have been fired from companies and laid off from companies and have had like a really hard time trying to get another job. And like, for me, it always makes me feel bad because I think about the people I know. I have friends who are game testers. If you have a problem with YouTube, please refresh. It's not my end. I've had a problem. Not me personally, but I've had friends who are QA testers for video games, and they've been fired and laid off from QA testing because of companies that just want more money, and then they just like, and it sucks. It's corporations, right? I'm not hating on corporations. Keep that in mind. I know it's corporate jobs, and that's how it's done. But like from a game developer thing, we've lost a lot of crazy talented game developers that got laid off, while a lot of our companies that laid off these people are making billions and billions of dollars. Like, I always think back, this is one of the reasons why I really like Nintendo, and may rest in peace, Iwata Sensei. Wow, they rage quit out from the very beginning? Are you kidding? Man, that sucks. I guess this game's gonna be over fast. So I don't know how many people remember Iwata. He passed away. He was the president of Nintendo. He was the president of Nintendo during the last system he reworked. Well, he worked on Switch, if I recall correctly. But the last major one was the Wii U. So, for people who don't know, the Wii U was a commercial failure of a Nintendo system. It got so bad, the Wii U, at one point, that sales were so bad that Nintendo had to either lay off a whole bunch of people or find a way to, like, shift the budget. So Iwata, being the CEO, president of Nintendo, opted to slash his own salary in half so that he wouldn't lay off anybody. Because that's how dedicated he was to his employees, and that's how much he cared about his employees. As a CEO, mind you. So I always think back about Iwata Sensei and what he did during that time period. And there are corporations that could have done the same. And I don't want to call Tim Sweeney out on this because that's the CEO of Epic Games, but Tim Sweeney makes billions of dollars. Tim Sweeney, if he wanted to, could have cut his salary in half, which still would have been enough to keep all those 1,000 people that were working on Fortnite, like Evan, who makes the game run correctly, and you know what, took off from Christmas. He went on Christmas break, came back from Christmas break one time to be able to fix a bug that was ruining the 14 days of Fortnite. And shout out to Evan, because I know Evan just got a brand new job that he got hired today, which goes to show you that, you know, some of you developers can bounce back quickly. But Evan, they laid off Evan, who was the guy that fixed everything and knew how Fortnite runs better than anybody else in that company. You know? To the point where I don't know how the game's gonna run. And you're telling me Tim Sweeney couldn't have taken a pay cut to keep Evan on board? You know? Like, the game's player retention was down, I understand that, but you don't fire the people who made the game what it is. The reason why Fortnite's player retention down, and I'll just be honest with people, and this is not to be mean, this is just, I was a game journalist. I also worked as a game consultant for a little bit for companies. I know a lot more about this than people probably think. When it comes to, like, stuff with Fortnite, the reason why player retention's down comes down to a couple things. First of all, Fortnite has skill-based matchmaking. Skill-based matchmaking is one of those things where the more you win, the harder it gets. So there are some people, and there's this case in point when they removed the bots, apparently bot lobbies, from Fortnite Chapter 7 Season 2. I'm not playing the game, but I still keep in the loop with some news that's going on. The reason why player retention has been down in the beginning was because they took out the, like, bot lobbies, and they had to bring them back to bring back player. Another reason why the player retention's down right now is because of the V-Bucks thing, because when people said, you know, they said they were lowering V-Bucks and you're getting less, a lot of people, including myself, were like, nah. You know, a lot of us were subscribed to the crew, and then we're getting a lot less and we're paying more. A lot of us in this economy are just, like, trying to make ends meet. Dread don't make millions of dollars. Dread's not making hundreds of thousands of dollars right now. So for me, you know what, paying a little bit extra just so I can feature a Fortnite skin on the channel to do, like, a crazy, like, YouTube short channel, you know, YouTube short video of, like, hey, look at me eliminating with Bugs Bunny skin, or hey, look at me, like, eliminating something with, like, I don't know, let's use Kazuna Eye, for example. Those things are expensive, and they add up after a while. So, like, you know, adding extra stuff to that nature, you know, it's kind of a bit of a deal breaker to me. You know, and then when you factor in other stuff, too, like, you know, so it's like, in this economy, and as a content creator, I always kind of look after, like, the people who are the gamers and the consumers themselves, so that's why, you know, and it's a shame, because it's, again, like, Epic made $6.5 billion last year. You're telling me they can't afford to find in the budget to keep the 1,000 people they laid off? So that's why I feel the way that I feel right now, man. It's like, I have a not-so-great feeling about it, okay? Got this generator. I don't think we're going to escape this one, because 90% of our team just rage-quitted out. I'll try my best, alright? That's all you can do. You know, hope for the best, expect the worst. We've survived a couple of times today, too, so that's always good. You know, I think we had, what, 3 escapes so far, maybe? I lost count, actually. Last game was kind of rough. This one might be rough, because the bots are pretty good, but I don't know if we're going to be able to get this down. We're in a 4-gen situation. So, you know, I think about the Fortnite stuff. Well, you know, it sucks. I hate reading news about people getting laid off. Especially in the economy the way it is. That always hurts my heart. So, like, you know, I'm taking a break from Fortnite for now. Let's see what happens. If they revert the V-Bucks thing, you know, maybe I'll consider it. For now, we're just playing our games. I was going to play more Team Fortress 2, but, you know, Team Fortress 2 is one of those games where there's a lot of hacking in it. There's a lot of cheaters. Case in point, if you go back and watch the stream from last week, this clown is going to be all over us. Is it me he's after? I don't know. I don't know. So, you know, probably dread not playing Fortnite and stuff. I'm never going to get my icon skin now. I kid. You know, I don't think I would really want stuff of that nature anyway, too. Not unless I get my when I get my 5.0 model on the redesign, yeah, sure. Then yeah, definitely we could do something. But, you know. What is this blood bag do? I've been interacting with this in this event this whole time. I don't know. Does it actually fill? Anybody know? In chat, let me know. If you know. What does these blood bags do? Do I go and fill this somewhere and it does a gen for me? Or does it fill up the generator quicker? I don't know. The cloud's gonna win this one, definitely. Almost certainly. This clown is not clowning around. Cheesy joke is cheesy. So yeah, you know, think about that stuff too. There's a lot of exciting things I wish I could talk about that I can't necessarily talk about just yet. You know, a lot of cool things. You know, also a shout out to any of my JP viewers too. Like, I appreciate all the new ones that have been stopping by. I appreciate all the cool people that we have been meeting on the JP side of things as well as some of the people that were, you know, having a nice, good working relationship in the sense of, like, working together and having communication, not necessarily me signed. Keep that in mind. You know, so that stuff is kind of good too. Like I said, I'm an indie VTuber still. That part, nothing's changed. Nothing really has changed in that way. Just maybe a little bit of how operations have gone. And, you know, a little bit more wider scope. And stuff I can't really talk about, but I can say that there's stuff that is planned. That's on a much larger scale than anything that I've done on this channel as of yet. So definitely stay tuned. I can't wait till when I can actually show it off and say. But that's after I do a bit of a hold at that thought because the clown is chucking bottles at me. That's still a little bit down the road. Oh, stop throwing your junk at me, clown. What is that? It's like purple bottles. Stop that. Don't hit me with that. He hit me with that. There's not much I could do here. I could run him maybe through this. Maybe he'll drop down. Stop clowning around, clown. Oh, I'm gonna take a hook stick. That's fine. That clown ain't clowning around, literally. You know, so, you know, there's that. A lot of exciting things. Like I said, too, I'll do more karaoke, even though I don't know necessarily if I have the voice for that. Again, these are all just, like, fun things. Stuff I wanted to do, too. There's a lot of things I've been wanting to do. At some point, I might do, like, I'm not good at art, but I could do, like, coloring. Maybe I'll do, like, a coloring stream just for the hell of it. I know I wanted to do a cooking stream, but I don't think I want to burn my house down. No, I'm good at cooking. Keep that in mind. But I would like to make some, like, cooking stream, but I gotta figure out, like, the logistics of hand cam streams, too. On top of that, the fun fact about Dread, I can share this. It's not a big deal. Dread is a little bit hairy. I'm a little bit hairy. So, like, my palms do have hair on them. Because I'm kind of from that time period of guys that you don't really, like, shave certain things, like your arms. So, you know, like, I'm from that time period of stuff. I know it's weird to say. But, like, so using a hand cam, I might get a little bit self-conscious because you could probably see a little bit of hair on my hands. You know, I'm not like a Sasquatch, keep that in mind. So now there'll be like random Sasquatch fan art of Dread probably running around the internet. I mean, there's actually some fan art that I've been meaning to share. I just haven't had the chance to. Like, I have some old fan art from an old, not old as in like they're actually old, but a person who was an artist by the name of Ozstar. They also used to be a VTuber, but they no longer do content. They retired. What's Oz doing at the moment? I think Oz went on to become like a tattoo artist. So like they're doing tattoos and stuff. That was always their like thing. But I have like old school art that Oz did for me way back in the day when I had green skin. Because a lot of people don't remember, I had green skin for a while. Like when I started when this version, well, not technically this version, but Dread version 2.0. Man, it's such a long time ago. We're talking like 2021 VTubing days. Dread 2.0 had green skin. Until I redesigned it, because then, like, people... You know, whenever you do VTubing stuff, too, people always make a comparison to another VTuber, right? So I had green skin, and even though I started VTubing in 2020, people don't remember that. And technically, it was even before that, because I started technically in 2019 VTubing on Twitch before I did 2020. On YouTube is where I started, on YouTube doing stuff. A lot of people don't remember that I had green skin, so, like, people saw green skin back then, they assumed that I had copied from another VTuber who had green skin. But here's the thing. I actually came before that VTuber. So it's like, you know, because people aren't like super familiar with me, they automatically assume I copied off somebody else. Like, case in point, I have like jet black hair, but the reason is because my hair is like a dark brown black IRL. So, you know, somebody will look at my hair and be like, oh, no, you took that from... No, I mean, that's the case in point, like... You know, if you start doing that, you look at every VTuber model and compare it to somebody else's VTuber model and say that it's a copy of something else. But, you know, realistically, I'm a dragon. I have horns. My horns are there. A lot of people don't even know I'm a dragon because I try to style my face and the way it is as an actual, like, dragon in lore. So, you know, anybody who's familiar with Fatalis, if you look at Fatalis, the way his face is shaped and everything, my face is very similar to what a Fatalis dragon is from Monster Hunter, that is. If you look at, like, Smog from Lord of the Rings. God, I gotta do a Lord of the Rings watch along, but I would love to get like people to do that with. Because I feel like me watching 3 hours of Lord of the Rings by myself wouldn't be necessarily peak content. But like there's Lord of the Rings, right? Like Smog Lord of the Rings, if you look at my face the way it is, I pointed to my face at the wrong time. Let's hold the key here to move, you know? I don't think we could win this at this point. Because I gotta get Hatch, and the problem is the clown probably knows where the hatch is. It's an actual clown. I'm not calling the killer clown, keep that in mind. Yeah, it's gonna be rough. It's gonna be rough for Roni this game, but, you know. I based it on actual physical dragon. So I know there was, like, something people keep complaining about the mouth. Well, I have a redesign coming, and the redesign's a live 2D model. And I can tell you that there's certain changes that are being made to that model when it's eventually ready. I'd like to get it for the 6th anniversary, that's May 4th, but I don't know if that's gonna happen. But here's the thing, when it comes to, like, the model and stuff, I have a lot of input and also technically one of the people that's also working on it as well. I have a lot of input, so like I didn't like how expressive it is so far, because I'm trying to go for super expressive. Like, I don't want to make comparisons to anybody because then they'll be like, see, I'm copying somebody. But like, I'm gonna use it as an example. Sameko Saba, Sameko Saba, however you want to pronounce it. Her model's super expressive, super expressive. But reacts to everything. Dread wants version 5.0 to be as expressive as that. So I had a version of 5.0 that was actually ready to launch, and I wasn't pleased with it. So I went back into revisions, and then other things that are incorporated with some of my own personal tech that I have went into that, and it's kind of being retooled a bit for it. That's why it's taking a little bit longer. That's why it's not going to be ready for 6 hours. I want it to be perfect, because I know that when I drop a live 2D model, I'm going to be put under a microscope again. Just like anytime I really do something, I always get put under a microscope. And it's fine. I understand that. That's part of the job. That's what I signed up for being a VTuber. I get it. I 100% get that. Everything's going to be judged. What I do, how I react to things, how I play the video game, how I do certain things. I know. I get this. I better than anybody understand this because, oh man, we were so close to hatch here. Oh no. Is he giving me hatch or is he going to troll me? Hi. Oh, you just wanted to troll. Okay, that's fine. That's your prerogative. I mean, 90% of my team rage quit, but it's fine. On to the next one. Oh no, he's gonna eat fingies. Leave my fingies alone. Leave my fingies alone. No. You know, so like when when version 5.0 comes out, I want to make sure everything's perfect, so that I'm not under so much scrutiny. Even though, you know, no matter what you do, right? If you're creative, you would probably understand that. No matter what you do, there's always going to be somebody that doesn't like something of some nature, right? That's just kind of the nature of the beast. But, you know, like, so I wanted to make sure it was perfect. So that's why it's taking a little bit longer. And I can wait if I want it to be perfect. I want it to be like, when these guys do get to see it, they'll be like, wow, that's freaking cool. It was worth the wait. You know? And there's other things, too, that I'm working on that. I gotta fix myself because I'm super cramped up. Super cramped up right now. He's parted. Yeah, I can get up close and personal with you too. That's something that's new with this model revision. I've been doing a lot of revisions behind the scenes for those who don't really know. You know, so I think about stuff like that. There's a lot of things coming. You know. And I'm looking forward to everything too, you know. I just hope that some of the people... People? Should I use people? I just hope, like, some people that have been waiting a long time and have been sticking around, which I'm very thankful for, by the way. Some people that are very heavy quiet supporters, some of the people that have recently become more vocal supporters, and even people that were supporters of mine that I didn't even know existed until I was off on my own. Like, you know, thanks and everything. I hope when everything's ready that I do you proud, because that's all I think I really ever want to do is, like, be proud, you know, have people be proud of the stuff I do, you know? And obviously it's been a work in progress, everything, you know? When it comes to VTubing in general, I know this is me kind of playing cornerback a lot as we play Dead by Daylight today. You know, it's one of these things where I've always kind of had to do this journey alone for a very long time. Which is fine, because I am kind of a little bit of a lone wolf, category of general reference there, I suppose. But yeah, you know, I've always kind of been a little bit of a lone wolf and stuff, and I kind of always shy away from, like, being super connected to certain things, you know, of nature. And now I've changed the stance a lot, obviously, when the JP branch opened. A lot changed in that nature. A lot of it has changed over the last couple of years. And I've been a lot more open to things, which I think is kind of good. I'm more receptive to things. I used to be like, when I started really VTubing and stuff, I didn't even know our VTubers honestly existed outside, like, Kazuna I and a now retired VTuber by the name of Senzawa. Those were like the only two I ever knew existed for a very long time. So, you know, I'm doing like VTubing on Twitch in 2019. I felt like the only person ever that I have was like Senzawa. And I was like, hey, it's Senzawa and just me. They're like the only people. Now I met like Doki Lee, not Doki Bird. Let me clarify that, because then people are like, wait, you know Doki? No, I don't know Doki. Doki and I are very different people, so we don't interact. But Doki Lee, who was like the next VTuber I ever really met. But for the most part, like, You know, I was off on my own for a long time, just doing my thing in my own sphere. The male VTubers? I didn't know any male VTubers existed. It wasn't until one day was like, hey, you have green skin like a certain person. I was like, what are you talking about? I thought I was the only one that existed. And I went to look, I'm like, wait, I'm not alone? What do you mean I'm not alone? I'm not alone? There's other people? You know, like... And then I started to kind of learn things, you know, like... There's... Oh, man, I'm from that 2019 gen of people. I'm just the one that just kind of didn't really do anything else. I just kind of stuck with my guns and stayed in my own bubble and sphere, and then it was kind of confusing when you see a whole bunch of people like disappear. Like, why did they disappear? What happened to them? I guess they you know, and then I think that's kind of why I'm really enjoying VTubing at the moment too, right now, because a lot of people that were from my beginning era of VTubing are back. So it's like, hey, everybody that's gone kind of came back. It's kind of cool, you know, like. I can't make the joke that I would love to make, but there's a joke. Redacted Indie. I think the running joke at some point is a bit like, hey, Dread is part of Redacted. I'm not part of Redacted Indie. I would have to be part of Redacted to be part of Redacted Indie. But a lot of these people are people that I was familiar with, you know, during my era of VTubing when I started to realize I wasn't alone. Which is kind of funny. I don't know how I was so dumb and naive to think that I was like the only VTuber in existence. I really did truly think I was the only male VTuber ever around, because I figured what other male would want to sign up for this type of stuff. And then it's fake. But the other problem, too, is, like, since I've always been kind of, like, in my bubble, too. I know I'm really yappy when I'm playing Dead by Daylight today, but I'm kind of really in a yapping mood. I kind of just need to yap today, right? Shattered Square, okay. The other thing, too, is, like, then people are like, well, Dread doesn't interact with male VTubers a lot. It's not that. I just really don't know anybody. I know a couple people that are like on the indie side. I know now people on the Japanese side, but like when it came to EN male VTubers, like I don't know, I just never really interacted with a lot of people just because it's you know, one of those things where I kind of just like play a certain amount of games. So if you don't play those games, probably there's never an opportunity to like interact with, right? Like, can I shout him out? Would he be okay with that? I mean, we don't really know each other, but. Okay, this is me kind of pulling the layer back a bit more, okay? So, I'm going to mention Hollow Stars. Because I've never mentioned Hollow Stars, I think, ever to really on this channel, per se. But I'm going to mention Hollow Stars. Crimson Ruse, I think is one of the only people I really, like, I'm familiar with. Very well. Not, like, personally. From Hollow Stars. Because Crimson Ruse plays Monster Hunter. So I only know because of the Monster Hunter tweets that he puts out, because I follow Monster Hunter hashtags. So I found out that he's like a person that plays Monster Hunter Tri, which is kind of cool. It's really cool that he plays Monster Hunter Tri. And he also plays other Monster Hunter games. So like, I didn't know there was anybody else. I did he play Monster Hunter. Regis Alatar? I think I'm mispronouncing his name. I know a little bit about him only because of The Binding of Isaac. I think I maybe watched a Binding of Isaac stream because I like roguelikes, right? So, that's how I'm the most familiar with him. Anybody else? I'm like... Haka? I don't know anything about, I'm sorry. Battle? I don't know how you even pronounce his name. Battle? Right? I know he's a clown. Not like IRL, I'm saying he's a clown. I know he's a clown. But I don't know. Because again, I'm like off on my own. So it's like, it's not like an intentional thing. It's just like, unless you play like the games I play, I'm probably not familiar with you, not intentionally to be mean. It's just, you know, it's not even a thing. Like, you know, like I know obviously more about other things and stuff. Because there more people on certain sides of things play more things than I do. Like, if you play Dead by Daylight, I know you from Dead by Daylight usually. If you play Monster Hunter, I'm familiar with you play Monster Hunter. Case in point, Gaijin Hunter is not a VTuber, but I know Gaijin Hunter. I know Akrez, and also Rurikon, who's kind of not the nicest of dudes sometimes. Because he's like me, he's very opinionated, I suppose, right? But I know, you know, these people because I'm familiar with them. Like, again, Dead by Daylight. I know Senzawa played Dead by Daylight, so remember them. Doki Lee played Dead by Daylight. A couple other smaller VTubers played Dead by Daylight, so I'm familiar with them because of that. Who else can I talk about? Terrence plays Monster Hunter Wilds. Terrence is an indie VTuber. I don't know how many people know that. So, like, those are, like, you know, if you play within the games that you play, I know. Like, I know Doki Bird, not literally know Doki Bird, but I know of Doki Bird because she plays Marvel Rivals and plays Fortnite. Not really a lot of Fortnite, but she plays shooters and stuff. And she plays competitively, so if I didn't know who she was, it would be kind of weird because of, obviously, that. VTuber-wise, like, card game-wise, shout out to Nova Akemi. I know Nova, not personally know Nova, but I've popped into Nova's streams because Nova plays Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. She is one of the few people who's a VTuber besides myself that plays Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel that I would, like, actually know and stuff. You know, so it's that's kind of what it falls down to, into that type of stuff, like, you know. If I know you because of something that, you know, a game that you play that I have, like, a mutual connection with. And if you don't, like, play a game that I'm familiar with, chances are we probably have never interacted with, not because I didn't choose to interact with you, just because there's never been an opportunity to. That's something about me, too, like, all my interactions always happen because of, like, I'm familiar with something. Whether it's the game, or it's, like, you know, so... Master Duel was a great example of stuff. I had the ability to cross over, to interact with a lot of people in Master Duel I've never had a chance to interact with because it's Master Duel's a niche of mine, right? Like, I played professionally card games for 25 years. I'm two-time regional champion. People don't know this about me. I'm pulling the veil over a little bit with that. So it's something that I'm... But, like, with knowing people, like, you know, it's... A lot of times people be like, It's not even dislike, right? But sometimes people, you know how it is on the internet. People, like, see, I don't interact with X side and stuff, so I must say, it's not that way. I mean, the only reason really that Dread has never really interacted with Hollow Stars is just because, like, the games. If they play a game and it's a time period, again, I'm not all over the place. I'm obviously creating stuff. So that's the only reason why we haven't ever, like, had a crossover of some sort, you know? Not crossover like a collab, just the reason why our paths have never really crossed too much. You know? It's not like a dislike thing. Some people, like, jump to conclusions and be like, well, Dread doesn't appear here, so he must be anti this, or Dread doesn't do this, so... No! It's never like that. I mean, there's only so many people I could visit in a week when I'm VTubing, right? Like, let's be realistic. I'm here doing content for 2 hours. On top of, like, doing content here in 2 hours, after I get done with this, I have, like, a meeting for the JP branch side of stuff that I'm doing, and then after, like, a meeting at JP branch side of stuff, I have to figure out what my shorts are going to be for this week. Most likely it's going to be stuff that you see here in Dead by Daylight stuff. You know? So, you know, it's like, how much time do I realistically have? I have to have, like, time where it's free time. That's why on weekends, maybe I'll pop in if I'm not, like, busy touching concrete and grass and take a look at something. But, like... The narratives sometimes that people tell are not the narratives that exist. The only reason Hollow Stars and I have never interacted is because we just operate in a different realm a lot of times. But I'd be down to interact with them. I'm open to interacting with them. Let me know next time one of them's playing Monster Hunter. That's like Monster Hunter Wilds or something. I'll dip in. Somebody plays like Binding Isaac, I'll dip in. Somebody plays Fortnite, I'll dip in. I'm cool for that. I'm down for that. I'm just saying. Just saying. You know, to kind of disprove stuff, because, like, you know, Dread has always been a philosophy of, for me, my philosophy has always been, I'm down to chill and be cool with everybody, because I've always had the philosophy of everybody can be cool with everybody else, you know? That's how I've always looked at it, you know? It's kind of silly, because I guess that's naive thinking, but I don't like... I don't like, that's the wrong word. I have always looked at it from a perspective of everybody can get along. I don't... Like, unity, you know? Like, I've always looked at it, but why can't people interact with each other? Like, I've never understood that. I don't mean that from, like, a weird dude perspective. I just mean, like, would it be kind of cool to see X people versus X people? Like, I really enjoyed... Can I say this? Alright, fine, I'm gonna say it. Somebody gets mad at me, please don't get mad at me. If you want to cancel me, please cancel me. Whatever. That's your prerogative. I really enjoyed the collabs between Vesper and Crony. That's actually how I'm familiar with Crony, because I fought, like, the whole Charlie Brown skit, where there's just doing, like, the whole mental advice and stuff is phenomenal and amazing. I think that's one of the best, like, skits I've seen. Magi and Vesper, when they were playing, I forgot, it was like a Mario Party game with Mori and Crony. Was it Crony on that one too? I think so. I thought that was, like, hilarious stuff. So when I look at stuff like that, and I also, let me just throw it in here too, because I want this to kind of be pushed so people kind of understand. Like, also, whenever Elizabeth has done stuff too, like with the shooting games and stuff, I think that those are kind of really cool when those not opportunities, but when those things happen. I like to see that, because I like to see that there's a lot of unity in things. Because I don't like the concept of exclusion, necessarily. Now, I don't mean that in the sense of, like, how... I don't think everybody should always collaborate with everybody always, right? Because that's kind of dumb. Then it's, like, defeats the purpose of solo thing. But I think, like, I would like to see more unity, you know, just from my perspective, because I think it's kind of cool to see stuff like that, because I feel like there'd be a lot more... How do I put this into words? I feel like there would be a lot more interesting, entertaining avenues to explore that haven't been explored because of various different reasons, which is, you know, it's their prerogative. This is just me from an indie VTuber perspective. You know, this is why I like being an indie, right? Because I could, you know, do stuff a little bit differently and stuff, but I'd like to see a little bit more of that if it were me. I know there's a lot of people that are very against stuff of that nature, and that's their prerogative too, right? You know, but I'm under the philosophy of everybody should get along, everybody can get along, and I think everybody, even on the internet in general, should get along, because, like, from a creator perspective, I'm going to say this wrong. From a creator perspective, I think it's great if a fan base all gets along. From a creator perspective, I think it's great when everybody that is a group of people that are working collaboratively, or working in a group, or working in a place, can all work side by side and, you know, create, like, really cool, amazing stuff together. So, like, for me, you know, that's the stuff that I like to see. That's kind of the stuff that I'm doing with, like, JP Branch of Dreadscape Gaming also. Because I was a little bit on the fence about, like, how I'm gonna do collabs, because I was like, I mean, maybe I should just collab with, like, male VTubers, so I could just kind of avoid, you know, maybe dealing with people that wouldn't be happy seeing me collabing with female VTubers, or, you know, aunties, they'll say something, and then, like, with one of the meetings that I had with a couple other VTubers, they kind of reassured that, like, there's not as many people who get really upset and angry over that. I gotta avoid this guy. Drop that pallet. Now I'm gonna miss the axe. Okay, perfect dodge there. Let's go. I cannot save that teammate, though. They better save themselves here. You know the saying, save the world before you save yourself. So, I don't know. You know? We'll see. We'll see. You know? Like, I've had to change a stance on stuff. Like, I was not gonna collab with female VTubers, and then, like, JP Branch side open, and then there was obviously Dialogue and other things, and it's like, well... You know, Dread, you've always said about Unity and stuff, so I had to change the stance back to that. So, you know, I don't know. There's collabs coming. There's collabs coming. I will say this because maybe there might be somebody who's a VTuber watcher of mine, right? That's like, Dread collabing with females? I can't have that. I can't have my Oshi collabing with females, right? It's a possibility. Maybe there's somebody that watches Dread and doesn't want to see me enter. But I'm going to burst the bubble there now, right? In the future, with JP Branch, particularly Side of Figs, as well as Ian Brett, I will be collabing with female VTubers, as well as male VTubers. There will be group collabs where I'm group collabing with male VTubers and female VTubers. There will be collabs where I'm only collabing with male VTubers. There will be collabs where I'm only collabing with, ironically, female VTubers, and the oddball out there. That's the stuff that's going to be happening. If you're an audience member of mine and you're cool with that, cool. If you're not, I'm sorry. I know it's probably not a big issue for a male VTuber for me to do these things, you know, but... You never know. I just want people to be braced for certain things. Because, like, once May starts hitting and a lot of stuff starts rolling out, and it's a lot of different other things, too. Like, how did he teleport? That's what I want to know. It's going to be an interesting perspective. And an interesting different type of trajectory that we're taking here. So I just want people to know that, because, you know, I'm thinking about everybody here when I think about this stuff, because, like, I don't think it's as big of an issue for me who's a small indie, but you never know. Like, there was somebody that was angry because I told them don't speak about religion yesterday, but it's like, yeah, it's in the chat rules and stuff, because obviously there's topics I stay away from because everybody's gonna have a different opinion and stuff, you know, but, like, not enough to get the iridescent shards. That's so unfortunate. But, you know, exciting stuff in the future, exciting stuff. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with all that, but I'm grateful, you know? And I'm in a position now where I'm happy with the stuff that's going on, right? Like, this is one of the first times in a while where I felt like I'm actually belonging to the VTuber community in a way that I didn't feel like I belonged in a while. And it's nice.
Seriously.
I guess that's why I've been yapping so much. I'm gonna play one more match. We finally got an escape. How many escapes we got? I think it's either 3 or 4. I lost count with all the yapping. You know, so I would love to talk more about this. I might do a Zatsudon in the future, where I just talk about JP branch stuff, or we could just talk about it. Maybe I can answer some Q&As people might have, and just kind of give a detailed list of stuff that's happening. I can't announce the collabs yet. I'm sorry, because like one of those collabs might break the internet. You know, so we'll see. So I could say we'll see. We'll see about a lot of stuff. I'll talk more when I can about it. Just see if we could get one more match. Win, lose, or draw, though, this is going to be the last one because my posterior is kind of hurting a little bit. Quite a lot. You know. Boom, 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 boom. Wow, it's taking a long time. Maybe I should take a sip of hydration here. Fortunately, my Pictera delivery came too, so I'm good with that. So, you know, I'm going to be eating some food not too distant future. I'm not in as much pain, so I think like some of the treatment for my pain, for those who are wondering, I am kind of injured right now, not feeling the greatest. It's getting a little bit better. I don't know. When I start standing up and moving around, I'm going to know for certain. Oh, that's good. That's some good hydration there. Oh, man. Take a while for this one. Maybe we won't have time to do one more because my throat is kind of bothering me a little bit. I was yapping too much this stream. Super yapping. Yapping away. Yapping till my heart's content, I suppose. You know? So we'll see. Exciting things for the future. I hope you're all looking forward to it. I will do my best with everything just like I do in games. I can roll out more information, I will. When I can talk about more things, I will. When I can just pop in and say more stuff, I will. You know, this is a team effort, guys. I appreciate everybody that supported me for the last, like, 6 years almost. You know, because without these guys, I've been giving, like, support and having my back, there wouldn't really be a channel anymore. Just be me, you know, talking to the void, I suppose. You know, so I appreciate everybody in the Discord too. Appreciate JP people, appreciate you too. You know? Collaborative team effort here. That's what I like to see. You know? And there's other people that are part of my team that probably don't even realize they're part of my team, but they are. They're as important, because I've learned a lot of things from a lot of my experiences over the last, like, 2.5, 3 years, which I'm grateful for as well. You know? So sometimes if people don't think like I'm maybe not as grateful, I am. I really am. If that's the confirmation you need, then like let it be known. I'll give all the confirmation regarding that. Alright. Shall we close out on a high note today, Dread Knights? Shall we finish this? Shall we finish the fight? Shall we get our final win of the day? Probably not a win. Depends. Uh-oh, I see some items being bursted that might not be good for us. Oh, well. If we don't win, it's not a big deal. We got 4 escapes. I'm trying to figure out. I think it was... We escaped the first game. We escaped the second game. We lost the spirit game. These have been very long games, mind you. You figured we'd have more matches, but we lost the spirit. We almost had Hatch against Clown. Clown killed us. We escaped against the alien, and we escaped against Freddy. So we had 4 escapes on stream. 4 escapes on stream. That's good. The highest I've ever done is 5 or 6. Let's see how this goes. Alright, somebody's filling a blood bag. I don't know how those blood bags work. I might do a little bit more DBD, not on stream, maybe later on, depending. If I have time and depending how much pain I have, because I'm technically supposed to be bed resting right now. I've been getting out of bed to do streams. Oh man, it hurts to laugh. Why do I laugh like that? Oh, it really does hurt. Man, Dread Knight's like... The thing is, I got like really sick to my stomach. Like 2 days ago, because I got really excited and nervous and apprehensive about something. And because I got excited, nervous, and apprehensive about something, I got my nerves, tummy hurts, and I got upset stomach. So I got a lot of upset stomachs, which led to a complication, and now I'm in a lot of pain because of that complication, and it's gonna take several days before I bounce back on my feet. I've honestly, like, after stream and stuff, I'm probably gonna have to go soak in a tub of Epsom salt again. Like, I've been in a lot of Epsom salt baths. I don't know if anybody knows, but like when you're like super sore and stuff, you sit in Epsom salt and just like... So I've been Epsom salt baths 3 times in a day to be able to recover quicker, as well as like just, you know, doing other things to just kind of bounce back. You know, it's been unfortunate, but you know, Trad is a real trooper. When I say 5 days a week, I mean 5 days a week. When I say Monday through Friday, I mean Monday through Friday. Except, oh my goodness, they're all getting downed. Is this a Michael Myers? So I'm not hearing theme music. Yep, it's Mikey. Hi Mikey, I haven't seen you in a while. Speaking of which, is anybody in chat excited for Halloween the game? Like, I'm really looking forward to Halloween the game. Like, I saw some video footage today. I was like, oh, it's kind of like a mix of Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Hold that for... Oh my goodness. Mikey! Or Dad. Mikey's such a good freaking killer. You know, so Halloween the game looks interesting. Like, it looks interesting. It's kind of a... It's like a mix of Friday the 13th the game with a little bit of Killer Clowns. I didn't necessarily like Killer Clowns, like, Survivor combat, but I didn't necessarily hate it. I do like that how... Oh my god, Mikey. I did like, the way Michael gameplay looks like, because I was looking at, like, the PAX East gameplay footage for Halloween the game. Because I'm not at PAX East. I wish I was, but even then, I'm kind of laid out at the moment. Man, I wish I was at PAX East right now, because that would have been freaking cool. But, so I had to watch other people who recorded footage of Halloween the game and then playing in the Michael Myers footage, and Michael Myers footage looks really good for gameplay. So I will definitely be picking up Halloween the game when it comes out. Ironically, Halloween the game comes out 4 days before my birthday. Halloween the game comes out on September 8th. My birthday is September 12th. I'm a Virgo, for those of you who don't know. Yeah, so my actual birthday is September 12th. That's not a VTuber birthday. That's my actual birthday, because I'm kind of like another VTuber that said it, like, it's not a big deal if you know my birthday. It's not like you know my birth date. You know, that's a completely different thing. You know, so birthday's coming up. So Halloween, I guess Halloween might be the gift that keeps on giving, assuming it's good. They don't push it back, but I'm looking forward to it. I was a little bit about it at first. I watched more gameplay footage. I'm like, it's cool. The only thing that always scares me about asymmetrical horror games, like, is that people always compare it to like Dead by Daylight in the beginning. So then you'll have like Dead by Daylight comparisons right on the back. Oh, it's not like Dead by Daylight. Oh, it's not like Dead by Daylight. And then people won't play the game because it's not like Dead by Daylight. I'm surprised they came back to save me. All right, thank you. I guess because I made all this, I tried to make the place to save them all. I don't think we'll win this one. That Mikey is an S-tier Mikey. That Mikey knows what he's doing. He's a jump scare and everything. But yeah, I'm Halloween the game. I didn't even think I was going to have that on my radar. So in September. I just hope, again, like, people don't judge it too harshly and it'll be like TCM all over again, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, where like people play like the beta of it and then don't like it because it's not Dead by Daylight, and then like the player base drops off. Because with these asymmetrical horror games, if there's not like a single player mode, case in point, Friday the 13th game, after all the problems with Friday the 13th and then it got delisted, then it's like you can't play them anymore, and then it's like sucks. Like, you know, there's at least 3 asymmetrical horror games that I have that I can't play anymore because the player base is dead for them, or the game has been sunset. Evil Dead the game, aka Evil Dead the game, anybody remember that? Where it was only available for on Epic Games Store? I have that game. I can't play that game anymore. You log in and it's like there's nobody there, and they're going to turn off the servers eventually for it. So I can't... Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed, anybody remember that game? Yeah, another game that servers are completely dead for that because the player base dropped off for it. Anybody remember Puppet Master the game? Probably not, because they did a terrible job of marketing and stuff. Puppet Master the game. It's not like Dead by Daylight and stuff. It didn't have where you could play single-player modes online. Outside of, like, the Two Launch Journal, that game died, unfortunately, a miserable death as well. So, you know, I get excited for these Texas Chainsaw Massacre. They decide they're no longer going to add content to the game, and what happened? The player base dropped off. So that's now the player base non-existent. So when these games drop off like that, then it's like, well, I bought this game, I can't do anything with. So I'm very concerned about Halloween the game having that fate of, like, the players are rough on it. Like, I think Dead by Daylight's a great game, but there are asymmetrical games that I think are just as good. Friday the 13th the game. You know, had the lawsuit not happened, I think we'd still have Friday the 13th game in this side-by-side, and it'd be kind of interesting how that was going to handle. You know, so... There was prop hunt. I don't know if anybody remembers prop hunt. Do you want to heal? What are you doing over here, Bill? You seem like you're playing into your own devices, so, you know, we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes, you know? So, I'm optimistic that Halloween the game is not going to be a one-month wonder and then nobody wants to play it anymore. Because then it kind of hurts. Even though, from what I've heard, Halloween the game is going to have a single-player campaign, which might help it. Like, if you could play every mode offline, and you could play as also, like, the survivors in the offline mode, which is always what I kind of wanted for Friday the 13th the game, like where you could play as the camp counselors offline, which you never could because obviously a lawsuit kind of dampened everything, you know? Stuff like that. I want to see more horror asymmetrical games, I just don't want to see them die, I guess is the point that I'm trying to make. So, like, definitely Halloween the game is on my radar. Horror games that I'm probably going to play, Resident Evil 9 when it goes on sale. I don't think it's a $70 game, but that's my opinion. Obviously we'll play Monster Hunter when the expansion pass comes out. Somebody asked me if I was going to play Monster Hunter Stories free. No. I'm not into the Monster Hunter Stories games. I played the first one. I played the first one and it was like, I don't really need to play any other one after that one because I felt like I got my experience out of it and I don't want to. I think it's great if you're like a big fan of like creature collector things, but like, for me it's like, I play Pokemon or I'll play Power World, which I haven't even played Power World in a long time because there hasn't been anything new with Power World. It's like a grind. But like, you know, like, Monster Hunter Creature Capture, it's not my cup of tea. I'm not saying that the game's bad. I think it's a very good game. I haven't seen anybody play it, which is probably what I'm going to have to do is watch somebody else play the game and experience it. That's how I did Monster Hunter Stories 2. The kind of, like, that. Because it's not, like, something... If I'm going to play a Monster Hunter game, I want to play a mainline game just because I like the hunting aspect of Monster Hunter. You know, but I think it's cool that they have a spin-off series, so that's something that, you know, I won't be doing it, but I will watch other people play it. And there's other stuff too, like, obviously Vampire Crawlers is coming out pretty soon. I will be playing oh my god! I looked away for 1 second! 1 second only to look at chat and to talk! And you hit me, Mike, and I ran into a wall. That's it, it's over for us. Oh no. No, 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 run away! Hi, Mikey! Ha! Get dunked on, Mikey! Get dunked on, Mikey! Why are you running that way? I can't run that way if you're pathing that way. Okay. Okay. We're okay. I'm not molding. You're molding. I'm not molding. You're molding. I'm not molding. You're molding, Dread Knights. I'm not molding. You're molding. I'm not 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 molding whatsoever, Dread Knights. I'm not molding. You're the ones molding. Oh, crap. That's very difficult. I'm scared. I'm scared. Oh, did you not know I had a bolt toggle? Now, yes, I have a bolt toggle. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Oh, no, I messed that up, too. Oh, my goodness. 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 No. No. Oh, my goodness. Mikey literally gave me a future preview of what Halloween the game is going to be like. Literally what Halloween the game is going to be like. Oh, man. I mean, it's kind of sad, too, because, like, when you think about Halloween Chapter Dead by Daylight Sunset, so, like, if you didn't buy the DLC, you can't play as Michael Myers or Laurie Strode anymore. And it always kind of sucks. Like, I understand the reason for that was because the Halloween the game's coming out, and they don't want Dead by Daylight sales, I guess, taking away from Halloween the game. So, like, yeah, if we take it away from newer players, they can't play Michael Myers in that game. They can only play it in... I understand it's part of the business, right? But it kind of sucks. Like, I hate when licenses get removed from video games, right? So, like, it sucked when Michael Myers got removed, definitely. It really sucked when Pinhead got removed from the Hellraiser chapter, because obviously Hellraiser's got its own game. It's a miracle that Leatherface, as a license, didn't get removed from Dead by Daylight. I heard a rumor that apparently, like, the Ghostface mask in particular for Scream, you know, Ghostface, the actual character is now, like, gonna go through a lawsuit. So there's a possibility, like, Ghostface is gonna have to get removed from certain video games. Don't quote me 100%, but I heard that rumor now. So if that goes to court and stuff, maybe we're not gonna have Ghostface in Dead by Daylight. So it's sad to see. Try to see if we could get this into a 2-gen situation and maybe turn it out for a win, but I don't think that's gonna happen. You know, hey, we escaped like 4 times on stream today, so even if we don't get another escape, I'm fine with that. I had fun, and that's really what matters, and hopefully people who are watching had fun and entertained. You know? Like, this is my Friday chill game. I know it doesn't seem like it make a whole bunch of sense. Why the hell would Dread play horror asymmetrical game that would stress him out? As, oh, Mikey! Get dunked on, Mikey! Stop that, Mikey. This Mikey's gonna kill me. When he gets his hands on me, I'm never gonna see daylight. I'm gonna be dead by daylight, literally. Did the streamer just say the title of a game in a cheesy way? I did. And I'll do it again. Alright, let's stop clagging around. I really don't know if he's behind me stalking me, literally. Because he could go into, like, stalk mode, which I can't hear his music. He could be just waiting to, like, oh, the doors are done. Oh, hi there, Mikey! See? I should have kept ready. It's over for us. It's over. I don't think Bill's gonna come back for me because he's injured anyway. Hi. Oh, you didn't take the pallet that time. You didn't take the bait. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. 07. 07. Run! Ooh, he caught up quickly. He's a quick one. Alright, that's fine. 07 to us, because, you know, if I'm the Bill, I'm leaving. I'm not even gonna... Yep, see, he left me. He wasn't gonna make the save. Oh, no. He's trying to kill me. He's trying to murder me. Oh, I deserve it. I dunked on him how many times? He deserves this murder. I deserve this treatment. I deserve this. I deserve this. I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I deserve this. We hit him with like 3 or 4 pallets. This is well deserved. He deserves his revenge. Alright. I'm not gonna do more. 4 escapes on stream is more than enough for me. We got a lot of blood points. You can't see it. I got like 3 million blood points from the Blood Moon Festival. This is still going on. This is an event that's going to be going on for multiple days. So if you're new to Dead by Daylight and you want to like level up your survivors or your killers, this is definitely an event to check out. This is not a sponsored stream. I just like playing Dead by Daylight. With that being said, though, that is all the time that I have for today. As a reminder, Dread does not stream on weekends. I need weekends usually to touch grass, but because I'm not feeling that well, I'm supposed to be technically on bed rest right now. I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I will not be streaming, obviously. I'm going to be resting and laying down. I will probably be, like, around in the sense that I probably will be around on social media. I'll probably try to post, like, some YouTube shorts based on some of the games that we played this week. Next week's schedule has a lot of Zelda Breath of the Wild on it, because we started the playthrough of it last week, and I want to continue it. So we're going to do 2 playthrough sessions of it. I'm going to do that Monday, and I'm thinking on doing it, I think, Wednesday. Because I realized that if I don't do multiple play sessions of that, it's probably going to take us a half a year to finish Breath of the Wild. Maybe, because I don't remember, like, a whole bunch of stuff in the game. So, last time I played was, like, 9 years ago. I beat it one time and then I never played it again. So it's kind of funny because it's not a blind playthrough, necessarily, but I don't remember anything. So that'll be Monday. We'll get back to that. Tuesday and the rest of the week is kind of filled out with our games. Friday next week, we're in Dead by Daylight, baby. I don't think Super Meat Boy Forever is going to come back. Team Fortress 2, I understand some viewers don't like it, because obviously the community is very hateful towards certain things. I get it. So I don't know if I'll play more Team Fortress 2. I don't know. To be determined. We'll figure it out next week. Schedule will be up. Anyway, thank you to everybody that hung out. Thank you to everybody that listened to all these yaps. VOD watchers, if you watched to the end, leave a knife emoji so I know that you left watch to the very end. Anyway, thanks to everybody that hung out. Thanks to everybody that lurked. I do greatly appreciate it. Most importantly, I appreciate you. Till next time, guys.